Yo, what is up? I'm gonna do this right off the top of my head. No practice, none of that. No script, nothing. So I just want y'all to leave a comment, leave a review on what you learned or some new ideas. But today we're gonna go over different time frames and what time frame has to do with trading. Like a lot of people think to be a trader, you have to look at it all day long. No, all you have to do is look at a higher time frame. See, the time frame is right here. Each platform different from what you use. But the time frame is essentially how long you want to hold your trade. Like if you're looking at it on a 1 minute right here, obviously your trade is going to be fast because you use it on the 1 minute. If you use the 5 minute, of course it's going to be five. It's going to be fast. The 15, so forth. So like for day trading, your trade, the most popular is like the 15 minute kind of 15-minute area. You'll trade like on the 15-minute time frame for day trading. Uh, but for like swing trading, you will use like the 4 hour in a day. And for long term, you can use the daily or the weekly. But I'm gonna break this down more. It's like, let me see how I can say this. It's a rule out there that says whatever time frame you use, like you'll hold your trade like four times that. Like basically, like if you use a 1 minute time frame, will times it by five. If you use a 1 minute time frame, you'll hold your trade for like 5 minutes. If you use a 5 minute, 25 minute, 15, nah, that ain't accurate. But just know the higher time frame you use, the longer you will hold your trade because the more data you have. The more data you have about something, the more strong it is, the more you can hold it. If you're looking at something on the 1 minute and you want to hold it for a long term type of trade, who if you looking at something for the 1 minute and want to hold for a long term type of trade, how much data do you have to hold this for a month? You don't even see a month. You only see like what? This probably like 100 candles. You only see like 100 candles. You only see 100 minutes worth of stock. How can you see 100 minutes worth of stock and tell if you want to hold this for a month? You feel me? So that's why you hit that 1 day. Because when you hit that 1 day and you see 100 candles, you see like 100 days. So that's more accurate. We can actually measure this out and see if it's actually 100 days. But you get what I'm saying and you get where I'm going, right? The longer your time frame is, the more you would hold your trade. So yeah, this is 194 candlesticks, which is 194 days. So now when you do analysis and you see 194 days, you'll be able to determine, okay, I see 194 days, I can hold this for another 194 days. You feel me? Because the higher the time frame is, the more data you have, and the more data you have on something, the more you can do with it, basically. So we looking at eBay. I brought eBay down here. You know, technical analysis. It gapped down, candlestick pattern. But put my money where my mind was at. My mind said it's gonna bounce because it's at this support and it gapped down. And guess what? It did. I'm still holding. But yeah. So for me, when I long term trade, I don't use the weekly. Some long term traders probably do, but everybody different. For me, when I long term invest, I use the daily, which what I did on eBay. I used the daily time frame, and I seen it was bouncing right here, and I went in it. But if you look at it on the 1 minute, it's like, bro, like yeah, on the 1 minute it's bouncing, but bro, it's bouncing on the 1 minute, but this is a day trade. Like if you wanted to trade this, you will. I want to redo this video so bad, but if it's confusing, I'll just make a part two, and I'll make a whole slideshow for this if y'all want it. What I'm saying is, you have way less data on this compared to next month. Like if you look at this and try to predict next month, or if you look at this and try to predict the next 5 days, like you can't do it because you only see 1 minute. Like how can you predict something 5 days ahead of time when you only see it for 1 minute? But when you look at it on the daily, you can look at this and be like, oh yeah, on the next 5 days, this thing gonna bounce up because it did right here. And when you look at it, you be like, one, two, three, four, five. This is the fifth candle, and boom. So what I'm saying is, whenever you're looking at something for like long term, you use the one daily. And think about it. The higher time frame you use, the less you got to look at it. For real. Like if you looked at something on a weekly, Oh shit. Ooh, did I just find some gold? Like if you look at something on a weekly and your analysis say, hey, you should buy on this weekly time frame. Bruh, you know how less you have to look at it now since you bought it on, because this is a lot of data. Like, what is this? Like 190 weeks. But this is 190 weeks of data in front of us. You know how many weeks we can hold this? Like, say we can hold this like for, you know what I'm saying, 50 more weeks. You know how long is 50 weeks, bro? Like, ain't that a year or some shit? But yeah, what I'm saying is understand what type of trader, if you want to be a trader or you want to be an investor. A lot of people don't want to invest because they think you have to be a trader. See, a trader is someone that constantly trade contracts, trade shares over and over and over. But an investor is someone who's going to let their money sit there and grow. I do both because these are my investments and these are my trades. So what you want to do is you want to understand, are you an investor? Do you want to let your money sit and grow? Or are you a trader? Do you want to do this shit all day, all night, every morning, 9:30 from 4 o'clock? Or do you want to invest? And really, you don't even trade that long. Like, if I was a full-time trader, bro, I'd trade like 3 hours and I'd be out. Like, if you know any big trader, bro, all the big traders I know, they trade for like 3 hours and they out, bro. Some of them be 1 hour. Some of them make 20,000 as soon as the market opens. But saying is, the longer the time frame, the longer you hold your trades, because the more data you have. The more data you have about something, the more you can do with it. The more data you have about a chart, the longer you can hold it. You know what I'm saying? So hey man, don't get too confused. See, when I day trade, I mark on the 1 hour. I mark support and resistance on the 1 hour. This is Facebook, by the way. This was my play of the day, Facebook and SPCE. These were my plays of the day. I ain't gonna go over why. We're just gonna look at the time frame. I mark on the 1 hour. First, I look at the volume on the 1 day, because if this is a whole nother video, but I'm just gonna go over why I use the 1 hour. First, I look at the 1 day to see if it's a lot of volume. If it's a lot of volume, that means a lot of people bought and sold. That's what you want. All right, so I use the 1 hour to mark my support and resistance because it's easier to see and clearer. Like, I don't have to zoom that far out. I just use the 1 hour. Like, instead of marking on a 5 minute and having to zoom out so far, just mark on the 1 hour so you ain't gotta zoom out. You feel me? I mark on the 1 hour. I look at it on the 15 minute and be like, okay, look, you see this support right here? This is a clean support. Then I go to the 5 minute and then see how I have to zoom out more. And this, ooh, I see that. That's a clean support. Then yeah, this what I trade on. So this was the play of the day. Close below the support. Boom. Drop down instantly from 354 to motherfucking 352. That was already like $1.50, $1.70 move. It did retrace back, but it didn't break above this candle. And then it did the same thing again. But once it closed below this time, that thing flushed. I think SPCE did the same. Oh yeah, this was even a cleaner one. It didn't close below. If it don't close below, our rule's different. If it don't close below, my rule says don't get in, and it didn't close below support. But when it did close below support, man, that thing flushed as well. Look at my take profit right here. But hey, the more data you have, the longer you hold your trade. Just remember that. Like these trades right here, bro. Look, you see this 5, 10, 15, 20, like 20 minutes. Well, nah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 1 hour, 1 hour and 5 minutes. I held this for an hour and 5 minutes till it hit take profit. So this was on a 5 minute. I held for an hour and 5 minutes. If I was on the daily time frame, bro, like it's one whole day. So like you can't really tell what the fuck gonna happen. It's one day, you feel me? Ooh, I see a gap fill coming, ain't it? But yeah, man. So hey, that's how you use time frame. If y'all want a better, I just did this straight off the dome. If y'all want a better explanation, just comment and I'll make a whole slideshow for this video. Peace.